Hello, Reds. Instant post-match reaction show. Me and Niall are more interested in getting Niall's thoughts and opinions on the game. We were speaking in the green room before we come on there. Then both of our lungs have probably collapsed at this moment in time with the sheer emotion and jubilation, really. But chat, as you can see from the title and the thumbnail, it's a fan call-in show. Of course, if you want to have your say, the link is in the description as well. I will be posting a link out. But first, we'll get Niall's thoughts on the game and everything, what he thought about it as well. But Niall, 10th League Cup, special, very special.
Unbelievable. I tell you, people may not recognize this. Look, this is one of these original pillows from back in 2001, treble winners. Yeah. Remember one of the original ones? That sits on the chair all the time when I'm watching the Reds. That's my lucky pillow there, you know. And it's unbelievable, man. It's just when you think this club can't surprise you anymore, or can't shock you anymore and stuff like that. And it's just, we went into this game today. There was talk that we might have Mo on the bench, or we might have Darwin, or we might have Dominic and stuff like that. And then the team comes out and we've a bench full of kids and a starting lineup that's depleted, to say the least, but a starting lineup nonetheless. And as the gaffer has said this year, and his attitude to all this year has been great. I'm not too sure if he's softened, maybe because he's decided he's leaving, or whether it's just different this year, where it's kind of like he just has to get on with it. He's of the opinion now, if I have 11 players that can wear Liverpool jerseys, I'm good to go, kind of thing.
Even me and you, mate, at this moment in time, like, we'll try our best, like, but
I tell you, man, if you're walking by the AXA training academy at the moment, a Liverpool jersey on you, you might get dragged in and get a contract the way things are going. But it's incredible to see, and it's incredible as well to see his bravery in terms of, deploying these kids and stuff like that. He could have easily, he recognized players very quickly dead on their feet and stuff like that, and we seen it. We were dead on our feet. We ran ourselves into the ground. For all the frustration that Luis Diaz causes us, he certainly put in a shift today and ran his guts out.
Elliot as well, 120.
Elliot as well. They were just destroyed. Endo, look, we could call out so many players today. We had 16 to 20 absolute heroes there today. You go and you look at even at the start of the match when they went to the camera of all the players that are injured, and you look at the squad that was there, was unbelievable. And even when it went to those players, the likes of Salah and Darwin and Dominic and all, those boys kicked every ball of that final today from the bench. You could see it in them, and you could see them running down. I don't know if you've seen the clip that's being put up by.
It was like the Grand National down there, lad.
And you see Curtis trying to get down the steps with the knee and everything and all, and hobbling down with the ankle and all, and Darwin scaling the board, the advertising board, and Dominic grabbing them and all. And I was kind of thinking, could these lads not have put on a pair of boots today and made it just a little bit easier for us today, So, but look, it's wonderful. They always bring us. It's always a roller coaster journey of emotion and all with Liverpool Football Club. It's how we do things. It's what we're now renowned for, and it's why we love it so much. It takes years off our life, but we wouldn't have it any other way. And I think those kids came in today. They could be so proud of themselves. What a moment for them as well. And my biggest fear was when I seen them coming on, Jack, was that one of them would make a mistake leading to a Chelsea goal, or one of them would miss a penalty in a penalty shootout, and they'd have to take the burden of that for the rest of their lives. You know what I mean? But they didn't, and the bravery that was shown. And I noticed as well, even the half time, in the added time, the extra time, half time, Klopp was going around lifting every one of them off their feet and all. That real father arm around the shoulder kind of thing. Whereas if you went to Poch was still talking tactics and all this kind of stuff and all. Absolute waste of time, and lads are dead on their feet and stuff like that. All you can do is try and bump them up a bit. And it's just wonderful to see it. And then that moment when we see Klopp beside Virgil lifting the trophy.
Special.
And you hear people talking about the disrespect for this trophy and stuff like that. And all. This really is our trophy. Like,
it's the cliche thing to do with like modern day football fans, lads, isn't it? Like, and Klopp said in his presser today after the game, he was like, "You try being us going in those circumstances with the young lads as well." He said it probably won't happen again, considering the caliber of opponent that we were up against today as well. So
And then of course, losing Ryan early on and stuff like that to that tackle from Caicedo and all.
What did you think about that? Was that a
look,
card at least for you, or just one?
It was 100% a card, but I think they were saying in the way the ref played the advantage and the way it worked and stuff like that, you can't go back and card it, which I think is weird because we seen with us earlier in the season, they were able to go back after 5 minutes and give a team a penalty against us.
Yes.
So like it's crazy. So they can do things when it suits them and other things, and the rules just don't line up and stuff like that. Look, we've seen them given, we've seen them not given and stuff like that and all, but it's unfortunate for Ryan as well. It looks like a nasty one as well, but fingers crossed, we might get a little bit of luck in that area. So that Endo obviously leaving on crutches as well with a boot on his foot as well. What a player Endo was today. And just, that poignant moment at full time when Caicedo was sitting on the pitch there, that lonely figure of Caicedo there going, another reason for me to hate my agent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just so, it's tough, and the one thing, look, props to Chelsea as well. They always give us a great game. They're always great battles. Again, we produced another, 90 minutes of 0-0s. That was still a real good back and forth battle and stuff like that as well. So we have to kind of give them their props as well. But I think Pochettino, again, when Poch is involved, this is a guy who lost the French league with PSG. Need we say any more? And it's just, he goes in there. The substitutions were kind of weird. I know guys were dead on their feet, but we had a whole pitch of players that was dead on their feet. And I think when you take out those characters like Chilwell, like Conor Gallagher, like Raheem Sterling, when you take them off the pitch, it changes everything. And the one thing I noticed in extra time as well, even the players that were introduced on the Chelsea side, they look nearly as banjaxed as the players who had played 115 minutes. Yeah. And it was just so weird that you lose that core of what they used to refer to, that Chelsea kind of core, the Lampard, John Terry kind of thing. And I think he's just going to reflect back on it and looks he got it wrong again, and what can you say? And for us, it's brilliant. Hopefully it'll give us a lift. Hopefully we can pull together some sort of a team for Southampton on Wednesday and then Forest, I think it is, at the weekend, and try and get through that, keep the momentum going. We heard earlier when Klopp announced that he was leaving, that the players had a meeting themselves and they said, we're going to run through walls for this player. And that was the definition of that today. And sometimes we question it, but that was the definition of it today. Those boys were going to run their heart out. And if they lost, they lost. They were going to lose on their sword today. And I couldn't be more prouder of the club, the players. And it's just amazing as well to see those young players coming in. And the way that we have a philosophy at the top of the club that trickles right down through the academy. And players coming on into positions with youth, with exuberance. But as Klopp referred to after the game as well, these players know their job. Forget about the age. They know their job. They're around the first team. There's a philosophy at the club, all that kind of stuff. And I just thought it's absolutely brilliant. I spoke about Pep Lijnders in my own preview and stuff like that, how he gives a great insight into. I love his press conferences because he's so meticulous in the way he gives an insight into how things work and all that kind of stuff.
People wrote him off because he released a book, but
last season he was enemy number one because we were all hurting as fans last season, and we needed a go-to to say, we need to pin this on someone. But it was sensational.
Disappointing. Now I'll bring you back in a little second. Obviously, you've got a couple of lads in the background, but chat. The link is in the description. Top of it is in the comments. But obviously, Niall will be the usual, head panelist on the shows. But for the lads in the back or anyone wanting to join, I will time you 3 minutes. Just obviously give everyone the right timing as well. 3 minutes, talk about whatever. Please do have a camera and obviously good audio as well anyway, but be much appreciated. But you, Raj, just give us a thumbs up when you're ready, lads. Bring it in. Yep, sounds right now. I'll see you in a little second, mate. Don't go anywhere. But you're Raj, how we doing, mate? Are you good?
Well, I think we're all buzzing right now, aren't we?
Winners
of the Carabao Cup.
Happy days, lad. What was the standout moments of that game for you?
I think obviously we winner. I think that'll be obvious. I think it's Endo for me. I'm going to be honest. I think he was one that played the most minutes out of the whole midfield, and he absolutely ran his socks off the whole 120 minutes. He shushed Caicedo down. He shushed teams. The Endo better than Caicedo, by the way. I think he's better. He's clear. Listen, Endo, big up, man. I wrote him off at the start when he came. I didn't think he was that guy, but he might have been right. He may have been. Klopp might have just got the guy. Whether it's George Schmackter, he actually got it right as well. So big up Endo.
Yeah, he's taken everyone by storm, really, Endo, mate. I think when I spoke to you, obviously over the last year in terms of the channel as well, mate, it's how well he did play. Even today, I think Klopp spoke in his press conference about that obviously his muscles did tighten after the game, and obviously he was pictured walking around in a boot, but that's mainly due to the recovery.
I think precaution.
Yeah, more precaution. In terms of Endo, you've mentioned any other players that really stood out for you today, lad?
The kids, of course, that's probably the most completely on it. The kids, I think, you can tell they wanted to win for Klopp. You could just tell. And listen, they know it's his final year. And look, it's a big up to the kids. Like I said, the KFC, Connor, Bradley, we all know who's been really good. Clark, he actually, I think McConnell's actually good. McConnell, he looks a good player in the future. Dan's looks very good as well.
Nearly could have scored today, Dan's twice.
If he scored, that would have been for him. He probably will start on Wednesday. I think Wednesday going to see a very
changed team.
It's going to be a very young team. And if we go out, I wouldn't be that mad just because, listen, we're injured right now. And listen, Groundbirch, by the way, hopefully he's okay because if he's injured, then we're going through a crisis right now. If he's out for long, it doesn't seem like he is, thankfully. But if he was out for long, I think it would be a massive blow for us because he's starting to do well now. He's starting to settle in. 100%.
You've got 45 seconds, lad. Anything that you want to mention as well, going into obviously the Southampton game on Wednesday, or in terms of the big league fixtures for the Premier League?
I mean, look, I think we'll win the Prem. I think we won't win the Europa League. I just think it's down to the squad. Our squad's done well so far, but I think we're going to have to sacrifice at least 2 trophies a season. And if I have to choose 2, it's the FA Cup and Europa League. And it's not just, I'm not saying Europa League's dead, but it's just like, I'd rather win the Prem, just because Klopp's final year. So look, I just think we're going to have to sacrifice 2 trophies. I don't want to, but the squad, you don't want to go trophyless. That's the thing. Like, you can go, obviously we're not going, but I don't just want to win the Carabao Cup. That's be dead season for me. If you win the Carabao Cup alone, it's not going to be amazing. So for me, look, if you're not going to want to ruin the season by just going for
we've got one in we've got one in the cabinet now, haven't we, mate? But massive thank you for popping on your fridge. Big up to all the support as well from you over the season as well. But look after yourself, have a good weekend, mate, and obviously make sure you do pop in on your future fan call in as well, mate. Nice one for that, lad. Enjoy it. Obviously, Scotty, are you ready, lads? Just give us a thumbs up, you ready, lads? There we go. How are we, lads?
We're good, mate. You?
Yeah, I just obviously for everyone just tuning in tonight, obviously the guests do get 3 minutes, but it's big win for Liverpool tonight, mates. What really impressed you about the game?
What a win. Brilliant. Virgil van Dijk trophy.
Yeah. Who were the standout players for you tonight? What really impressed you about them?
Queven Kelleher. I have thought, personally for me, he's the best backup keeper in the world, ideally. And then Wataru Endo. Definitely. Who would have thought he would have went 120 minutes?
Yeah, he looked like would you say he looked like the £100 million player tonight? Obviously, Chelsea had 2 of them, 200 million pound players. Virgil van Dijk, obviously, you mentioned at the top of your comments there, like Virgil van Dijk, the captain-esque performance. Do you think he led the line extremely well? Obviously, the first trophy as a Liverpool captain, really. How special do you think that will be for him?
Very special. I mean, let's bring the quad now.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, Liverpool, especially with Scottish players, mate, Scotty, as well. Obviously, you know the history of the going down over the years, and there's always been Scotsmen in the Liverpool team. But in terms of the Liverpool game, mate, anything really that stood out for you in terms of obviously the youngsters? I know you, Fred, did allude to some of the young lads. But Connor Bradley, I think, obviously, what's your thoughts on his performance, was?
Brilliant performance from the young lad.
Yeah, 100%. Anything more that you want to add, La? Or are you going into obviously the game on Wednesday? Do you anticipate a lot of changes really from you?
Personally, I would even start Adrian and just give Kelleher the night off. Don't want to risk an injury on the Kelleher, to be honest, and then just give the young lads like Dan's. What a player!
Yeah, obviously very special.
Oh, what a man!
Yeah, 100%. Lad. A little bit on Caoimhin Kelleher you mentioned before as well, lads. What was your thoughts on his great man of the match performance tonight?
Like you said, Jack, man of the match for me so far, 100%.
Yeah, right. Scotty, a massive thank you for tuning in. You're always welcome, mate. Make sure you do pop on as well. Enjoy the celebrations. I know you will be, mate. And as always, lads, massive thank you for the support. And look after yourself, lads. And hopefully we'll see you on another episode as well, mate. Keep an eye on the channel. You're always welcome, lads.
Well done, mate.
All the best, lads. All the best. Graham, are you ready, mate? Are you all good? Yeah, just want to give us a thumbs up if you're ready. Yeah, all good. Graham, good to see you, mate. Obviously, are you a Liverpool fan, Chelsea fan, or?
Oh, huge Liverpool fan.
Good.
I'm normally in Thailand. I'm visiting Liverpool at the moment. I want to say as soon as I get back to Thailand, I'll be spreading the word. TV, you've got a great show. You do a fantastic job. I love what you're doing.
Yeah, massive thank you, mate. Obviously, good first time getting you on the channel, mate. Obviously, a big performance by Liverpool tonight. A lot of youngsters, right? But obviously, from your point of view, what really stood out from a Liverpool perspective?
Well, again, Kelleher, just have to agree with the previous caller. Just fabulous, solid. Endo, amazing. And look, it's really hard to pick anybody out from the young players. They were all fabulous. In fact, to me, this is one of Liverpool's greatest achievements. Bearing in mind the team that were on that field, this is a phenomenal achievement. Look, I'm back in the UK first time in 12 years. I went to see Liverpool for the first time in 12 years against Burnley. I was there again against Luton. Friend kindly gave up their season tickets. It's just been brilliant just to be a part of this. It really has. I'm over here for some quite scary medical treatment and having all this wonderful stuff to focus on. It's fantastic. And I can see us winning 3 out of 4. I mean, could we win 4? Please, that would just be wonderful. It would be great.
Yeah, all well and good, mate. Obviously, as you mentioned there, getting into the ground, it's such special moments, Graham, in terms of Jurgen Klopp, what he's done for this football club. And will you be disappointed seeing him go in the summer? Obviously, with the new manager coming in, whoever that will be. But it was just, I think we've all.
Well, look, I'm old enough to remember Bill Shankly resigning. So it was actually just as much of a shock. And to be honest, when Kenny went, it was a shock as well. And so, I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a joke at first. I actually saw the video on YouTube, and I actually thought it was just some fake video. I just couldn't believe it. So it would just be fitting, wouldn't it, to at least win the Premier League? I mean, I don't know what will happen with Man City in the future. But if City end up beating us by a point again, and then these charges are sort of ratified, but then we don't get a title, it would just be so ridiculous and unjust. So come on, fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Any other key players that really stood out for you, mate? Obviously, you've got like 45 seconds left in terms of it's special. You've mentioned Kelleher there. Probably one of the best backup goalkeepers Liverpool have had in a very long time.
Absolutely. And I think it might be a good call, actually, from the previous caller to maybe play Adrian on Wednesday and rest Kelleher, because he's that important to us now. Until we get Alisson back. And it's really hard to pick out individual players because I thought they were all immense. Van Dijk obviously showed fantastic leadership. I thought Diaz had some great moments in the game.
Worked very hard, didn't he? 120 minutes.
He worked hard. And let's face it, Harvey Elliott gets a lot of stick, a lot of criticism, but actually he just gives 100%. He never stops running. And so I just have to take my hat off to them today. And Yeah, fantastic. Just up the Reds. It's just brilliant. And I loved your celebration. When that goal went in. Yeah, brilliant. Fantastic. But get yourself a new microphone that doesn't cut off when you get wild, okay?
Just peaks, lad, anyway. It's me scouts tones. But Graham, a massive thank you. Safe travels back home, mate, as well. And look after yourself. All the best, mate. Thank you for popping on. Obviously, we've got Luke from the 1892 Reds TV. How are we, fella?
Not too bad.
Good. Excited. I'll reset the time up, but go ahead, lad. I might give it a bit more time if I'm nice. Is there thoughts on the game, miss?
I've never been so like, even when I woke up this morning, I felt relaxed. You know, I sort of knew and sort of expected that Liverpool were gonna, play a weakened team, and obviously we'd still have enough quality to go and win the game. But at the same time, it just made me feel like, Jurgen Klopp didn't care when he brought on the kids. It was like, go on, go out, obviously just go and do your thing, and obviously get your experience. And obviously at that point when the kids came on, I thought, it's not like he's given up or anything, but it's like he sort of sees the bigger picture, obviously down the line with the Premier League title race and everything else. But Jack, I mean,
where did you watch it, lads, today?
Funny enough, I was actually watching it at my in-laws in Chelsea.
Oh, happy days. There we go. Don't tell me you had that kit on as well. Did you have that kit?
So I actually gave this kit to George because obviously he does all the kit collections, don't he? And I said to him, I'm taking that back today.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, so this is the old, what's it called? The old
Jay Spearing and the boys and that.
Good old Jay. I needed something on the back. But no, listen, I mean, when that goal went in, I literally just jumped up. I couldn't believe it. I mean, for the players that we had on the pitch, I mean, Kelleher, the saves he pulled off in the first and the second half were tremendous. Van Dijk, again, people saying that he's finished. I mean, it's crazy to think that. Konate was good. In midfield, I think Harvey Elliott run his socks off. I think Diaz, you can see how tired Diaz was, but he kept on going. He was very effective today. And, massive shout out for all the boys that came on. I mean, Jayden Dans again.
All youngsters as well.
James McConnell, Bobby Clark getting another appearance. And even Kwanzaa coming on as well towards the end of the game. I mean, Liverpool were just exceptional. Could have gone either way. I mean, we've got to be realistic. I mean, Chelsea had chances. And, on another day, they take them. But, I mean, what a result. And Klopp come out and said then after the game that this is up there as one of his most important trophy wins as Liverpool manager. And it's just incredible, mate. It really is. Like,
it was quite telling. I think Klopp's in post-match as well. He said that his best trophy in 20 years, obviously considering the circumstances. But as you mentioned there, anyone else? I think a lot applauded some, quite rightly so. Obviously, Endo, he's taken us all by storm. In all honesty, mate. I think when we done shows at the beginning of the year, and when I spoke to you in the past, mate, when we were doing them in terms of transfers, we're like, oh. We were all at the time going, but has he surprised you by even the performance today? Again tonight, like every time we see him, he's just gradually getting even better in that Liverpool shirt.
He's massively surprised. I mean, I think all of us as Liverpool fans. I mean, obviously, look, when we signed him, no one wanted him. I mean, we cannot no Liverpool fan can turn around and say we wanted Endo. In the summer transfer window. I mean, Klopp, obviously, and I said this, I think, a few weeks ago on our channel, talking about Endo, that, Klopp came out and said, we need him, giving him that support. At the end of the day, he's a part of this team as well as every other player that we'd signed, and obviously players that we had in the past. But, today, what I really liked about Endo's performance, it wasn't just, locking Caicedo and locking Enzo Fernandez, because, the £200 million midfield obviously couldn't get by Endo, and obviously he was tremendous, mate. And what I really like about Endo now is it's not even just like his defensive qualities, it's also what he does with the ball.
Yeah,
like he's even getting the ball. He's playing little 1-2 touches passes with McAllister, and and Szoboszlai comes back in this team. Endo's now solidified himself in this position. Endo could be our DM for potentially the rest of the season, but even next year as well. Like that's just
years more.
That's how important he's becoming to this team. And he's not the most glamorous on the eye in terms of the way he plays, but listen, for 15 to 20 million pound that we signed for him in the summer, that's a bargain, mate.
Yeah.
And he's proved to be one of our most important signings this summer.
100%, mate. 100%. Well, Luke, obviously I'll speak to you through the week, lad. But a massive thank you. I know it's quite late for you. But I'll speak to you after the show, lad. Anyway, but have a lovely rest of your night, mate, and enjoy it. And are you off tomorrow? You don't work or
no? Back to work. Up again at 5 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, get to bed, lads. But a massive thank you for coming on, mate. Enjoy it, lad. I know you will. Obviously, Sideline. Just give us a thumbs up when you're ready, mate. Obviously, you ready? Right, I'll bring it in now. How are we doing, mate? Are you good?
I am good. How are you, man?
Not too bad. Massive thank you.
Man, I'm so happy. I am so happy. Big up, Reds.
Yeah.
Big up, Reds.
General thoughts on the game, mate?
Oh my God. I had all my medications right beside me. You know, my blood pressure, my... Oh my God. Well, sorry, I have to say this. Caicedo, how did you like that?
Yeah. Caicedo, who is like, obviously, it's just a bit of a mad game, mate, considering everything that coming up on, like Liverpool, mate. But what really stood out for you in today's game, mate? By the way, where did you watch the game for? Obviously, the viewers as well. Obviously, whereabouts were you watching?
Yeah, no, for sure, man. I'm watching from Canada.
Happy days.
Yeah. It was a very entertaining game, like from both sides, to be honest. But a lot of things, like everything stood out for me, like from this game. From Van Dijk, Cleveland Kelleher. Woo! Oof. I don't know. We're gonna have a headache, man. This guy is like he's a first choice goalkeeper now. He's not anymore a good backup or a strong backup. This guy gonna be a headache for whoever gonna take over Klopp's job. Big up to Klopp, like, you know, keeping such a talent and managing his talent and also managing all the talents around the club. The babies. I'm sorry, like I remember maybe like 3 names.
Yeah,
well, 4. Yeah.
Obviously McConnell coming on, obviously the young DM, obviously Joel Kwanzaa, we've seen him a couple of times this season, but he come on, obviously Jaden Dan's only just turned 18. There was another young lad, Awonyu, I completely butchered that, apologies, chat. You know what I'm like, you do know as well, Sideline. I'm not the best at pronunciation. And there was a load of young lads, but that would have meant so much for them as well.
Wow.
Some of them can't even drink legally. Half of those players, like it is special memories, regardless of whatever happens in their career, Sideline. But going forward, in terms of how much confidence do you think that will instill in the young lads?
Holy crap, man! Like almost 89,000 attendance. You know that is, and everybody is screaming their throats out. Mainly like Liverpool fans, right? Like you can hear them from the TV. And you're like 18, 19, and this is like, for some of them, this is their first or second debut. And even for the ones that they're second, what was his name? Danny only played like 12 minutes or 10 minutes last game. Wow. They have to have a lot of self-confidence. So big up to Klopp, you know, like managing their talents, putting a lot of confidence on them. You know, you can see him like on the sideline. Like, I wish there was a microphone just to hear what he's saying to them, right? Like his last words to them.
Now, there'll be obviously the documentary quite famously as well, mate, coming out this season. But obviously, Sideline being on your channel with Mark and the lads as well. Please do shout out your socials as well. Where can everyone find it as well, mate?
Yeah, no, thank you so much, man. You can find me on look for Sideline Football Show on YouTube, and please, everybody who's watching this, like, subscribe to this channel. It's one of the best Liverpool fans channels out there, and maybe hopefully soon we can be on another show. And I don't know, man, if we win a triple or a quadruple, I want to be in Liverpool.
Yeah, okay. Start saving the pennies, mate.
Yes.
The cents or whatever.
I want to be in the parade.
Yeah, hopefully see you there, mate. Come at the end of May. But just a celebration of Jurgen Klopp as well, mate. But I'll let you go. Have a lovely rest of your night, mate, or morning around the world as well. And definitely jump on as well. Then the link's out there. See you all the best, mate. Kmak as well is in. Happy days. I'll bring it in a little second. We'll give us a thumbs up when you're ready, mate. Yeah, there we go. Kmak, how are we, lads? Long time no see.
I know it's been a while, hasn't it? Big up, Jack.
Big up, mate.
Big up all the chat.
Yeah, how are we? Thoughts on that game, man?
I can't believe what I've just witnessed. Yeah. Like honestly, like the spirit of Shankly, the spirit of Klopp. Like seriously, Klopp said it in the interview. That's not meant to happen. It's just not meant to happen. You're not meant to bring on 3 18-year-olds in any kind of final and for them to win the game. It's just not meant to happen. Like you're not meant to bring on like Jadon Dans, who's like played 2 games.
Could have got 2 goals as well tonight.
Could have scored twice.
Yeah. It's very. It just goes to show how special this team is, mate.
Insane. It's absolutely insane. It's like it feels like we could throw Joe Gomez up front and he'll get an hat-trick.
Hopefully.
Honestly, this season is just bonkers. Like I watched the highlights back. Wataru Endo, he must have ran about 50 miles. Did you see how many shuttles he did from left to right? Doggies. He was doing doggies all game on his own. There was nobody in midfield. At one stage, they had 5-on-2 for about 30 minutes. I mean, I can sit here and go Chelsea were bad, but Chelsea should have battered us. We were wide open.
Yeah.
They just couldn't do it. They tried everything. They tried so many different ways to try and get us. And they just couldn't. McAllister won 10 out of 17 duels.
Smart. Endo was 12 or probably more than that.
12 out of 20, 12 out of 16.
Yeah.
Honestly, just absolute monsters. Monsters.
And that's what we've cried out for when I've been on a show a couple of times with you, mate. We need a ball winning in the 6, and we've certainly got that, mate. Do you think, in terms of the communication between him and McAllister, I think when I was doing my watch along, I was watching that and going, every single time we see these 2 lads, and then obviously added with the extra third, whoever that is in that midfield, on a week-to-week basis, it's growing in quality, isn't it? Week by week.
I think what's amazing is McAllister's dirty. He gets.
You need that. We've needed that. You need that.
Yeah, I know. Klopp's kind of, the way Klopp turned around and said, "Well, if I make Curtis Jones into a defender, then anyone can do it." Well, it is like anyone can do it now. It's like anyone can do that dirty work, and McAllister can do it as an 8.
Yeah.
You're not seeing any players that can do that in the league that can literally just go from that kind of player, defensive, to boom, I'm on it now. I'm going to put a pass in. I'm going to control the game.
Yeah.
But I need to give a massive shout out to Harvey Elliott.
Yeah, Harvey.
Seriously, Harvey Elliott was absolutely sensational. He played 3 different positions today. He played 3 different positions at different times.
Yeah.
Joe Gomez came in and did inverted, no bother at all.
Bradley right winger as well at times today.
Shimaka's with the assist. Yeah. It's written in the stars. You know what I mean? Didn't it feel like the Barcelona game with that corner?
Yeah, just a little bit of special.
No one was really paying as much attention as those 2.
Yeah.
Shimaka's was I'm going to chip it in there. That's where Virgil's going to be.
Yeah, Costas' celebration was a bit sus. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out after the game. But Kmak, obviously, please do shout out, obviously, your channel, and I'll get you on the show.
Kmak channel. I do a lot of other shows. I'm probably going to be on Jamie's in about half an hour.
Yeah.
Jamie Phillips. But guys, what we're witnessing now is just something special. What's just happened doesn't happen. It doesn't happen, and it's happened to us. And play the under-17s against Southampton. I don't really care now. It looks like we're going to beat anyone with anyone.
Yeah. But yeah.
And Wataru Endo walked off with a boot, by the way.
I think even if he's got his boots on Wednesday night, he'll still play, lads. Looking at Nunes as the lad.
Play with one leg.
Yeah, Nunes looked like he was in the Grand National jumping over that hurdle on the barrier anyway.
I watched. I'm just going to say this though. I watched. Like they panned out like off the game and showed like all our players that weren't in the subs. I counted 16.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That were sat there watching who were injured.
Yeah,
and I think Ali wasn't even there. I don't think Ali was even there.
Yeah,
it's just mental. Like this is the biggest injury crisis I've ever seen by any club ever. Like, and we think Real Madrid have been hit. Like you hear about all the Real Madrid injuries. We could have fielded another 11.
That would probably win the Champions League
final, by the way.
Could win every cup final as well, right?
We could have fielded 11 and won a cup final with it.
Yeah, but Kmak, it's been an absolute pleasure. Massive thank you for
popping
on, mate. Have a good night, mate. Enjoy it,
too,
and pop on again soon. All the best, mate. And back to Niall as well, mate. Tell you what, some interesting points there now, wasn't there? It's
yeah, absolutely.
Just emphasising what you said before, mate. But going back to the game, I think the main thing going into Wednesday night's game, mate, is just who's going to be fit. Who do you reckon's going to be fit? Like, because there's going to be so many players out, potentially might be out injured as well. But just whoever we have, we just got to soldier on, haven't we?
Yeah, well, I suppose the one thing that's happened this season, and we've mentioned it on a number of shows, is when we've lost people, we've had a kind of a decent deputy to go in there and do a job for us. So we've been lucky that way. Klopp has spoke about it as well. So, you know, if Endo is out, then Mac will probably drop into the 6, and then we'll have to figure out, you know, both sides. Maybe Dominic might be able to play and put minutes in and stuff like that. So he'll cover on that side, or, you know, we'll just have to see. Maybe we might be able to get some time out of Darwin or out of Mo. They might be available for Wednesday. Who knows? But look, I think those young lads will be raring to go again. They'll have gotten a taste of this now, and they'll have gotten a taste of Wembley and 80,000-90,000 people there and stuff like that. And all this is mesmerizing for these guys. And they'll be dying to get back out there again. There's not one of those young lads will be complaining about tiredness or pain when Wednesday rolls around. And who knows, they may be laying down a marker for another trip to Wembley later on in the season and stuff like that and all, you know. And it's going to be interesting. But it's, you know, we just feel, you know, with the amount of injuries that have piled up and all that kind of stuff and all, it's so much against us at times, but we still keep on finding a way to get it done. And
even today, you mentioned obviously the challenges before, but what was your thoughts on that first goal disallowed? For me, like, I get it in textbook, law book, in football, it's a disallowed goal, but it just spoils the football in general, mate. How many times do we see those blockings going on in every Premier League game?
Every weekend. Every weekend in the Premier League, there's a goal scored from a corner with the blockers. And actually, they have specialist guys, as you know, we had them in as well, that come in and go through your set pieces and your corners and stuff like that. And I've gone through it even coaching over here with some of the underage guys. And the first thing you teach on corners is you get your big guys in there doing those block jobs as well to open up that space for those balls into the box. I've never seen a goal like that being disallowed like that for blockers. Blockers is part of the game. Yeah. And to be honest, if you look at the way the block happened, I'm not sure whether it was more the fact that Endo was offside, coming from an offside position going into block, and maybe that's what caused it. But like when you look at where Virgil headed the ball, sure, Caldwell was nowhere near it.
When the ball went in, Caldwell couldn't even be asked, could he?
He was nowhere near it, even on the block, and the block didn't seem like a whole lot either as well. But I think it might have been just Endo coming back from the offside position, stuff like that. But really, really, really harsh. But obviously, you know, when there's justice out there, you get your just desserts, and obviously it was kind of fitting as well that Virgil cropped up again with another goal, and it counted as well. The VAR for me one, the Jackson one as well, is a kind of a strange one as well, because they show a really weird kind of angle on it on the TV and stuff like that. But then at halftime, when they show you the proper line angle as well, you could see that he's offside. So it's just a strange one for me, and you know, what else can we say about it? I have to say as well, Kwanzaa, who you know I've been a big fan of for a long time now and stuff like that. He came on today, and his first move was where he switched the ball on his feet and just sent the Kunku.
Yeah,
and Kunku just went flying that way, and I just thought, wow. And and at times your heart is in your mouth because you're looking at it and you're going, oh Jesus, don't try that too often, because if it goes wrong, it's a killer. But to have the absolute nads to do that just on the pitch, fresh as a daisy, and to a guy like Kunku as well, who was kind of renowned for pinching balls and stuff like that as well, it laid down a marker. And I loved the way, did he play a ball into Bobby? Or did a ball come into Bobby Clark, and Bobby Clark just turned the two Chelsea boys and went straight through, and the two boys were just left standing there, and it just
says a lot of the confidence, though, mate. He's in the middle of the Wembley, 90-odd thousand people, as you were saying, the lads were saying when they popped in. But that shows a lot about the character of the individual as well, doesn't it, mate? Or Bobby Clark.
It also shows like what Pep spoke about the other day, Pep Lijnders, just the level at which the academy operates and how good you have to be to make that cut in the academy as well, is huge and stuff like that. And look, if Xavi Alonso was looking at that game tonight, he can see that the future's bright. But I did ask on my own review of the game and stuff like that as well, is there any way we convince the gaffer to stay? Is there a way we can turn his head to stay potentially, maybe? Or, who knows? He didn't look too tired when he was jogging up those Wembley steps. And I was thinking maybe he might have gotten the reinvigorated taste of this success again, and think twice about maybe what he's walking away from and stuff like that, because I really do think with Jurgen Klopp that era of Jurgen Klopp and his legacy and stuff like that needs to be padded out with plenty more silverware, and we could be on the cusp of a really good era for Liverpool Football Club. We've got great youth coming through now. We've got a great balance in there of experience, and we've got some really, really good players. And remember, for a club that in the summer was going through a major rebuild and overhaul and stuff like that, we're only like less than halfway even through that as well, to be honest, and stuff like that. And we don't know what Mo is going to do in the summer and what his plans are and stuff like that, and where he's at and what the club thinks and stuff like that. And it's certainly going to be very interesting. But if Xavi Alonso had forgotten what this club is about at any stage, he certainly knows after watching that tonight what Liverpool Football Club is all about and the opportunity that he potentially has in front of him. But I hope we might be able to just turn the gaffer's head, maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say, though, now in chat as well, I was speaking to Doug on Connor's show as well, Cop on the Cop Council. Big up to Connor as well for having me on. But in terms of speaking about the future manager as well, how good of an environment have Liverpool currently got at this moment in time? If there's any future manager coming in, because if I'm a potential any manager in European football, I'm of course jumping at the opportunity. Like the foundations that Klopp is leaving, do you think that'll actually benefit the next future manager to come at the end of May? Just how good is the setup at the minute?
I think it will in terms of the structure and in terms of the academy and stuff like that and all. But I think any manager coming in, he'll bring in his own backroom staff and he'll have his own ideas on how he wants to play. We know, looking specifically at Alonso, that he likes to change his formation up all the time. Sometimes he plays with a back three, sometimes he plays with those wingers, sometimes it's 4-3-3. He's very meticulous in the way he changes things, stuff like that. And any manager that comes in as well, when Klopp came in, he had to deal with the legacy of, Paisley and Shankly and Dalglish and all these great people. And we've seen it today, even in the stand. Look at how excited Kenny and Rushy and all got and all. It was it's a club that's so intertwined in its legacy and all that kind of stuff. It's fantastic. And I think any manager coming in will feel the pressure of that. You talk about Queeveen, even talking about the boys were talking about Queeveen earlier, who for me is, I've said it for so long now, he's the best number 2 out there. He's absolutely fantastic. And I said it on my own show, when Alisson is out, we don't want him out. But if Queeveen's coming in, I never feel anxious about it. I'm all cool and good about it. It's not a problem. I know he'll do a top job for us. And even from his point of view as well, to win, remember when he won those cups with us and stuff like that, to get his portrait on the academy wall and stuff like that,
very special.
Winning a trophy, how special that is and stuff like that. that and all. And now those young lads who did it today as well, they'll probably mark that as well. And it was great seeing Kmak's background as well, because I'm actually on that wall of champions. I'm on Stevie's captain's armband. I'm right beside that.
I'll have to look at that next time.
Yeah, it's from our first trip to Anfield. Me and the young lad, and we got it on the tile there and stuff, and right beside Stevie's captain's armband.
I'll look out for that now when I go and see.
Yeah, but yeah, look, we have to go into look, as Klopp has been saying for the last couple of months now. We have to take each game on its merit, see what 11 or what squad we have available. And we'll work with it. We'll go again. We'll give it our best shot. And if it works out, it works out. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But we'll have done the best we can do. And I think that's a great approach and a great attitude to have, really.
100%, mate.
Yeah.
Just to that point that you raised with Kelly, mate, very good points. I should have got it on one of my graphics, probably chat as well. If you don't follow up to Joe, he tweeted before I come on air. 13 Kelleher hasn't conceded a goal in either of his 2 finals for Liverpool, both versus Chelsea, despite facing 13 shots on target and an XG of 3.9 XG on target. And it ends with elite. Obviously, echoing what you've just said then, mate. Very special player. And it will be an interesting summer, especially if Queven does have a very good next couple of months and helps Liverpool to get over the line, mate. But exciting times to be a Red, mate. Very exciting times. Everyone tuning in as well. Niall, please do shout out where everyone can find you, mate, and obviously where everyone, what shows you got coming up this week, mate.
Yeah, we're basically the Upper Tier Podcast on all the socials, so you'll get us out there. We're on X, we're on Facebook, YouTube, obviously. We're out there, we're on TikTok. And then we have all the audio shows on Spotify and Google Podcasts and Amazon Music and all that. So tomorrow night we do our Monday mashup show. That's where we do a review of all the weekend's action with Mark, our resident referee, and he goes down through all the VAR decisions and all those different decisions, stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Tuesday I'll be doing normally we do a pro wrestling show on a Wednesday, but we'll do it on Tuesday this week because the Reds are playing on Wednesday against Southampton. So we'll be covering that. So Tuesday this week for pro wrestling, we'll go back and take a look at Elimination Chamber and all the latest pro wrestling news. It's always a fun show. Gives me a bit of a break from football as well. So it's kind of
bit of wrestling going on today as well.
Yeah, a bit of wrestling going on today as well. No harm as well. I seen Gakpo coming out of nowhere and stuff like that. Absolutely brilliant. And then, Thursday, then we've got Wednesday, we'll probably do something on the Southampton game, try and figure out. It'll be interesting to see the lineup as well. Thursday, we have Thursday Tier Talk, so that's our preview for the weekend's action and a review of that that's happened during the week. And plus, we do a Beat the Bookie section where we do kind of picks and tips of bets and all that kind of stuff. Bit of fun. And yeah, that really it brings us up to the weekend. And so if you can, absolutely, if you could subscribe to us, we love all the support, and make sure you're liking and subscribing on here. Jack's doing a tremendous job, banging content out every day, all hours of the day as well. I was lying in bed the other night and the next thing 11:30, Jack and Spider are live and I'm going, what's going on here? 11:30 at night. Unbelievable.
You know me, mate, very well, and my sleeping pattern as well, chat. You know me as well. My sleeping pattern is absolutely the wall. I need to sort that out very soon, very quickly as well. But now it's been an absolute pleasure, mate, and a massive thank you to everyone in the comments this evening as well. There's Niall's obviously channeling, so please, massive thank you for that, Wiggs. Go over, click on it, drop a subscribe as well, put your bell notification on so you'll always do get notified. But chat, what a day it has been, and a massive thank you to everyone that is tuned in this evening as well, all the guests that have had their say. Let us know in the comments section below as well if you want to see a bit more shows like this. I'd rather less me talking, more Niall and yous all talking, really, because I have my little bit of fun and the watch-alongs anyway. Probably a bit too much fun anyway. Bloody knackered. But now,
no such thing as too much.
Yeah.
I love your score. I love your goal reactions. I love your goal reactions.
Now you know me, mate, and hopefully I do see you come at the end of May, mate, because we'll have a big party in Liverpool. But yeah, when the cameras aren't rolling, I get a bit more excited anyway. Not quite Kostas Tsimikas with Virgil van Dijk, but that's another show for another night anyway. But lads and ladies, a massive thank you. Enjoy it, whatever you're doing tomorrow, work, college, uni, whatever. Go in this week, smash it with your head up high, and these lads are making us extremely proud. Niall, chat, every single one is a massive thank you for this evening, as always, for tuning in. And anyone watching on the repeat, do always get involved. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Drop a follow, drop a subscribe, drop a like as well on the video. massively does help out. But up the Reds. See you later. You never walk. Hello. See that.